Hey everyone, I thought I'd do a short video this morning on the subject or the topic of adjustable stems. A couple of years ago I talked about this item when I first started to get back into road biking. And when I first started to get back into road biking, your body is like everyone else trying to get accustomed to the riding position that you typically are in a road bike. One of the difficulties I was having was I was getting a lot of shoulder and neck pain, and I was trying to alleviate that in as many ways as I possibly could. What I ended up doing was buying this item here, which I still happen to have. This is called an adjustable stem. Basically, it's an item to replace the stem on your bike, adjust it to the attach it to the steering tube as you normally do with any stem, and attach your handlebars here. It allows you to make adjustments to the stem, raising or lowering it, thus affecting the height of your handlebars. And I thought that this would be a good remedy for me to help with my riding position. The two things I found out about it that turned out to be cons is that the first thing is that I adjusted it probably far beyond its scope. In other words, I shouldn't have gone as far as I did with it. And by doing that, what had happened was I started pulling the cables on my handlebars out of position. So this turned out to be not a very good idea for me and not a very good solution for me. In addition to that, the stem that I replaced this with was this one here. And if I put them side by side, you can see that the stem that came off my bike originally replaced with this stem. This one is quite a bit longer. So that in itself pushed my handlebar positions even further away, and raising back up probably essentially brought it back to the same position that this one would have been in if I had done what I ultimately ended up doing with this one. When I received the bike had I ordered the bike online, and I had to put the bike together, and the instructions were to assemble the stem onto the handlebars with the stem in this position here. In other words, here's the steering tube, here's the handlebars, the stem should be horizontal. Ultimately what I did to alleviate some of the pain in my neck and to adjust my riding position, I simply turned this thing over. And that's turned out to be a real help for me. So, as I mentioned in the initial video, the first video I did about this item, this adjustable stem, I don't recommend using it. I don't think it was a very good idea. I think ideally what you want to do is work through a local bike shop, have them adjust your handlebars, get you a bike fit, and see whether or not you need to replace your stem with a longer or shorter stem or something with a different angle. This idea here, screwing around with it, I think you get yourself in more trouble than it's worth. So as I recommended back then, we'll repeat the recommendation today. The adjustable stem riser, I think for road bikes is not necessarily a great idea. Plus the fact this thing's kind of heavy, and you want to stay away from weight as much as you can. So anyway, that was the subject. That's the topic this morning of this video. I hope that's helpful to you, and I hope this update to the old video clarifies some of the things that I try to make points about in the last one. So thanks again for watching this morning. Thanks again for subscribing, and stay tuned for new videos coming out shortly. Thanks again. We'll see you in the next video.